Picture a man who lifts his head and scans the world, who sets himself in motion to understand people, who can read meaning from a shrug, a glance, a twitch. He files every impression into a corner of his mind like a nail-driven flush. Everything he sees leaves a mark. Good or bad, it still sinks in. Even misfortune that has nothing to do with him can weigh on him for days, for months. In the middle of his happiest moment, a flashback drags him back to the scene. That's only one symptom of the Cancer Man. He knows the pantomime of lying so well that more often than not, he listens less to what you say and more to what your face and body are doing while you say it. He keeps wondering, when will the lie show up? Never underestimate his attachment to his mother. When someone hurts him, breaks his heart, or loves him less than he hoped, he knows how perfectly she bandages his wounds. He learned how to love by watching how she loved him, over and over for years. Calling him emotional feels like an insult to him because he isn't just emotional, he is emotion in the flesh. Watch him in Love and you'll see dictionary-clear pictures of feelings. He doesn't perform. He lives the role he writes for himself in a relationship. Sometimes even after it ends. He reads people less by their words than by the shapes those words force their faces into. Someone can look him in the eye and lie, and he won't be listening to the story. He'll be watching pupils, lip corners, lashes, cheekbones. He knows the micro-pantomime Christopher Walken talked about in True Romance. Some of them can see a lie with eyes closed, by the tremor in a voice alone. Inside the high-walled castle of his inner world, he is at peace. Standing on those ramparts and observing life is one of his favorite things. His solitude isn't empty, it's a repair bay. He operates on himself, stitches himself up. He doesn't chase perfection, he honors honesty. He believes nothing is flawless, and that a flaw, when shown, shared, and entrusted, can be more valuable than any talent. That's why he clings to his wounds. He easily spots the person who hides a bleeding heart behind a polished mask. His piercing look makes such people uneasy. The second he feels that discomfort, he withdraws. If you don't deserve the share, you don't get the share. He loves humor and can be talkative. But with the one he loves, he can spend hours just looking, saying nothing. Protecting that person is ritual, not reflex. In his happiest moment, he can suddenly freeze, dragged into a gallery of worst-case scenarios. Take his arm and say, "I'm here." That closes the book. The hand that pulls him out of the whirlpool hits his surrender switch. You don't have to spoil him with gifts. Sometimes the only gift he wants is for you to lie beside him and stare at the ceiling together. Let your palm rest on his chest. Let silence do the talking. That moment, carved out of time and kept only for him, is more precious than anything money can buy. This is how you enter the Cancer Man's castle, not with a battering ram, but with a quiet key. He's not hard to understand. Play his favorite song. While he drifts, look into his eyes and try to follow the storm inside. He'll show it gladly, but will do everything he can to spare you the wind. There are things in him that have no cure, and he knows it. He doesn't chase a fix. He wants to be understood. If you've ever stood with him in his fog for even a minute, he will never abandon you in yours. For him, small things are big things. The tone of your first hello, the hairline crack in your first laugh, the 0.7-second pause after a greeting, all recorded letter by letter. 20 years from now, he may remind you which cup you drank from the day you met. That's his way of saying, you're the lead. His love language is touch and presence. His attention language is consistency. Indifference starts an ice age. Vague words, on-again, off-again messages, those chill him. Is he jealous? Yes, but not as decor, more like an alarm. He isn't trying to ruin what's beautiful. He's trying to name what's precious. His devotion to his mother isn't a cliché. It's a school. He learned repairing, wrapping, and steady love from her. When hurt, her tailor's hands appear in him. He sees where the rip is. He knows where to stitch. He doesn't try to hide the patch. He honors the scar. His refusal to forgive lightly isn't cruelty. It's guidance. He tells you plainly what can wound him. If you press the button anyway, the structure inside him shatters like crystal. He accepts the loss, walks away quietly, and leaves his shadow nearby. You won't notice. He will always know it's there. He's witty. In crowds, he can talk for hours. But with the one he truly loves, he prefers the full conversation of silence. Crowds are his stage. the relationship is his backstage. If the backstage isn't sound, who cares how bright the lights are? In short, the Cancer Man is a storyteller with his intuition wired to the human body. He falls in love with the story behind the scratch, not the shine on the surface. You win him not with pricey gifts, but with steady presence and quiet companionship. Lie next to him and say, "I'm here," and you'll hear the soft click of a hidden bolt. Inside, order, sorrow, humor, and trust sit at the same table. Remember, he sees what no one else notices and sometimes misses what everyone else sees. That is exactly why he's rare. To love him is to be willing to see the invisible together. Learn that language, and one day, you'll be staring at the ceiling in silence, having the loudest conversation of your life.